Good evening, friends, and welcome to Her Majesty blog, where we bring together the world of pageants with the aim of revolutionizing the standards of beauty and creating social development through women empowerment. My name is Onke, and I am one of your hosts for tonight's show. And look, it is my favorite time of the month. We are having our magazine show, and we're going to be chatting all things pageantry, high mapula, from news to upcoming events to the shows that we've had, and of course, our very always interesting topic of the month. And I can't wait for this one, honestly. We really wanted an opinion from an expert because it involves rules, regulations, code of conduct, standards, all those terms, something that should be studied at university. I agree, right? Yes. I think there should be a module or degree, something along those lines to be studied around pageantry. Maybe at modeling schools, we never know. But yes, the topic for today is regulation within pageantry, and we will discuss it a bit further on. We're going to start with the news, of course, followed by events and winners and a recap of the shows we've had and all that good stuff. And September is, of course, a very eventful month, even in our lives in South Africa. September is always that month. So there are a lot of, because we could be winners. Have you guys voted for us? Please vote for us at the upcoming SA Heroes Awards. You can still vote until the 31st of August. SMS Her Majesty Organization to 35959. 35959. 35959. They must vote for us at the SA
Just
Heroes
like
Awards.
that. Hi.
How's it?
I'm good, thanks, and how are you?
I'm good. I can't get the volume. Eh, Isha.
Oh, all right, all right. Much better.
Yeah. Eh.
All right,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right.
Are you good?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Hi, ke lapile mare ke tla reng a show e diragaleng bathong.
The show has to go on. Retlaring, tired or not? We
Tired
keep
or
on
not?
keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. So ke ba ra ke re, pageantry should actually be studied at university because the topic here today needs an expert, but it's like a professor in pageantry studies from
Like I
University
heard
of
you
Cape
speaking, or
Town.
it should be a module or something in university, and I couldn't agree more because wow, today's topic, like we need answers. Like
Yeah, yeah,
somebody who's in the comment section or who's watching, if you know, like please help us. Like we're in the middle of
yeah.
a topic that has literally just got us thinking or thinking because of this topic, because we just like what in the world is going on, how do we solve this? So yeah, it's quite an
Yeah.
interesting one.
Very interesting. And funny enough, Leona, we didn't know exactly who to bring. We just wanted someone's opinion. Mari, we're going to be sitting like this. Okay, guys, so here are the questions. What do you think?
Yeah, like
Hmm.
already start thinking about regulations, that have to do with pageantry and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get this conversation started.
The news, please.
Yes, 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 yes. Starting off with our latest news. Congratulations to Miss South Africa, Davi Nukeri. She is our Miss South Africa 2022. She was recently crowned, and a huge congratulations to her. Can we just mention that it's Unkemete's fave? She predicted this from the very beginning, ever since she was a semi-finalist on Ashumi's essay. Here she is, and look, once again, your fave just won this year.
Look, my fave won this year. 2020, my fave was robbed. Tato was robbed. 2019,
I
Mpumi
think
was
these
robbed.
these 2 years have been good for you because you've been predicting them like spot on.
God, for the first time in a long time, for the first time since Tamlin Green, that I'm getting 2 years in a row. But 2019, 2020, my heart is still sore. But I'm proud of Tando Ngumi. Top
I
five,
am
top three.
so,
They my
so
girls.
proud.
Mm.
Congratulations. Look, starting at her primary school tomorrow, then moving on, then Sunday, there's an event where she'll be attending. And yeah, that is the main event, which is the closure of her homecoming weekend. So if you're in Limpopo this weekend, do the most. Go follow her on the Instagram pages and find out where she will be. So yeah, it's really going to be an amazing one.
It's going to be an amazing one. Can you hear me?
Yes, there's a point where the image was a bit blurred, but I can hear you and see you perfectly now.
Oh, I think someone was trying to call me with a video call. Maybe it's me. Someone was trying to call me with a WhatsApp.
I think so. This coach just joined us, so I think so.
Yes.
But if you can hear us, please show us some love in the comments. So you can hear what's what. But yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. But it paused for a while. Exactly for quite some time. Only now, when you finished off with Ndavi's homecoming.
Oh, okay. So I think I could just repeat for you. But I was just saying that she's having a weekend-long homecoming, right? Starting tomorrow on Friday, she's going to primary school. Saturday, she's going to another event which has to do with the province. And Sunday is the main event, so there's stage and everything. Bona. So if you're in Limpopo, I was just saying, Bona. And there will be a great occasion for everybody to witness the homecoming of the Limpopo Queen.
Of the Limpopo Queen, Sira, so yeah, they're going all out. I'm so proud of them. Limpopo is always doing the most. You saw with Banyana Banyana. Their players were the first to get money and a homecoming for the province. So yeah, it's really nice coming from Limpopo, guys.
Right. Like Limpopo always goes all out. Like Habadlali, they make sure that whoever represents them, Bona, they congratulate them, they award them, and they make sure, because wow, look, they really go all out for the ambassadors. And then moving swiftly along to, okay, let me stay with South Africa, right? Miss Universe announced that they will be allowing mothers. Stop laughing. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to be a news bulletin with the latest news, okay? So they announced that mothers will be allowed to enter Miss Universe in 2023 together with married women. And at the grand finale of Miss Africa, the organization announced that they will be following suit and doing the exact same thing for next year. So quite an interesting one, because we were having a chat about this, that if married women are allowed to enter Miss Universe, are you still Miss Universe if you're married and crowned Miss Universe? Are you not supposed to be Mrs. Universe? You know, question that we are just pondering upon. And yeah, and for mothers, we do understand that, you know what, it's to give them a fair opportunity, you know. And the statement that they made in one of the articles, they said that they feel as though it's important to give women a chance and not really allow their decisions to determine how they get to do in the future. And I was like, okay, quite an interesting one.
Quite an interesting one, seriously, because I was having a chat with Vicky. She is one of the finalists for Mrs. South Africa, and she was a judge at Miss Cater this past weekend. And she mentioned other pageants that cater for married women, like her pageant, Mrs. South Africa. And she said there's Mrs. South Africa, there's Mrs. Grand, there's also Miss Bachelorette South Africa. You know, they cater for all the women divorced and all of that. But is it a thing that I was saying last year, that it's like Miss South Africa is acting or behaving like they're the only pageant in the country? I don't know if they're in touch with what's going on in the real world. Are they really in touch? Are they making an effort to see what's going on out there, other pageants that are in the country? Remember after the show, after Miss South Africa, we were sitting with those two ladies and they were asking us, well, what do Mickey Bomang when they're wearing sashes and whatnot? They were saying that the people with the sashes, they should actually get a pass at Miss South Africa, so they can also show their talents. Because Miss South Africa is meant to be, or it should be, ideally, it should be like the World Cup of all pageants in South Africa. So because they're the biggest, right? So they should like bring other pageants together. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. But it's
You
like
make
they don't know.
sense.
They don't know
Totally.
that there are other pageants out there in the countryside thing.
It should really be a grooming space, and it should really be one of those things that maybe parents get discounted on that, on the amount they get to pay to be part of those to be part of the Miss SA pageant, like to go and watch. It should be a thing that excitement brews within all pageants, that we're going to like the World Cup of pageants, which is in South Africa. So wow, that is quite interesting. And like you said, hopefully it's something that they'll get to look into, that what, there are actually pageants that cater for Mrs. I mean the Mrs. and the married woman as well. So the married and the mothers as well, excuse me. So, and that's, I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I really hope it's something that somehow one day hits and makes sense, because I really feel as though that it's closing the gap when it comes to the other pageants which cater for married women and for mothers. So yeah, no, it's about to go down. I think the whole thing of wanting to be on the same page with the international organization which you say representative to is a problem, because it does not mean that as they change immediately, then you should just also adjust things down here. So it's really tricky, because I think if they were look at themselves as that they send representative everywhere, they send representative to Miss Universe, they send representative to Miss Supra and to Mrs. World. I mean to Miss World. So what happens if I am a married woman or I'm a mother that wins, right? And just that they made a rule this year that Ndavi is going to all the 3 pageants, I need to attend all 3, but the other 2 do not cater for the mothers and the...
They'll change again. They'll change again. They change every single year. Like 1 year there are 3 people going to this pageant. 1 year it's Tulisa and Tamrin. It's the first time it's happening. Not sure what's going on. Next year again it's Zozibini and Sasha Lee. And then the next year it's Boshudu. They were the 3 Musketeers. So they will change. They keep on changing every single time. And right now it looks like they are, moving with the times and revolutionary people. But at some point it's going to look like confusion. At some point it's really going to look like they don't know what they're doing. So I really hope, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm concerned about their decision making these days. I really, yeah. Just my opinion. Yeah, let's not dwell on this. It's not the topic for the day.
I hear you. Latest news. Mrs. Like we can go on and on, guys. We can go on and on. Look, we love pageants. We love this industry, and that's why we're here. But as we're saying, Mrs. Universe Africa and Miss Intercontinental South Africa had their grand finale this past weekend. They crowned their winners. Congratulations to Mpho Mokgotsi for winning Mrs. Universe Africa 2022, and to Tahira Zungu for winning Miss Intercontinental South Africa 2022. Congratulations to them. Well deserved. Yes, we absolutely love Tahira. She's been here, and goodness, so well deserved, so well deserved. So we wish the queens and the runner-ups as well a very successful journey. So yes, with Miss Intercontinental Africa, the first runner-up becomes Miss Aura South Africa 2022, which is also a pageant under the organization, if you can put it like that. So Letsubuhle is going to be representing South Africa at Miss Aura. Congratulations, Letu.
Congratulations, Letu. Does Miss South Africa know that there's Miss Aura before they start getting off?
I am over you. I am not going to answer you. Again. Miss Namibia announced their winner that will represent them at Miss Universe, and she goes with the name Cassia Sharpley. Congratulations to her.
Nice.
Yes.
Beautiful girl. All the best at Miss Universe.
Yes. Since it's gonna be tough this next year. It's next year, it's gonna be 2023, right? Because didn't Miss Universe happen this year?
Mm-mm. End of the year.
End of the
Mm,
year. Did it happen in December, the last one?
it's just that the space between Andrea and this year's winner was too short. Because
Yes,
those
I was
new
trying to think which one was robbed. Yeah, because I remember since COVID, there was a bit of a one had a bit of a shorter reign. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. It's gonna be one in December, and then
mm,
oh, okay, then it makes sense. Only next year's Miss Essays. Okay, no, I think I'm now it's now making sense. I thought that from this year they're gonna be implementing the whole married woman, and it's only next year. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Right. And speaking of Miss Universe Hanaz Sadhu is back in India for the crowning of her successor.
she looks really humble. Like she sounds humble. Maybe it's being Indian, ne?
I mean, we saw her at the grand finale as well. The way she was carrying herself, the way she was speaking. I mean, look, and then I even made a joke with her and said, look, she's inviting her to Ekasi to have taking food, and she was like more than willing.
Mm.
She's very graceful and so warm.
Yeah, she's starting to be my favorite Miss Universe. And she's always doing this.
Yeah, it's like
I was in India last year and I was, hey, Miss Universe, she's always like in that mode. Like she looks really graceful. I'm so proud
yeah.
of her. Oh my gosh. She's slowly becoming one of my favorite Miss Universe
She
ever.
is. Oh goodness. And I think more than anything, the fight which is going on with I wanna say the internal conflict which she's struggling with that's also external, had to do with her body, is really
Yes.
challenging for her. And I love how she's so vocal about it. If it was somebody
Mm,
else, somebody would have just let people be and say what they want to say about her, but she's so vocal about having issues with her health and being on medication that's making her gain weight and so forth.
mm,
So yeah, man, we really just wish her a speedy recovery, and we really just wish people could be kinder to her when it comes to her weight and everything else. So yeah, can we just be a bit kinder and not always assume that, hey, someone is pregnant when we see
yeah.
one of the queens just gaining weight and stuff like that. So yeah, man. Otherwise, she's just a graceful queen.
And I think the body size thing is going to come into play a lot more now that they're allowing married women. I mean, we are girls, we know, and we are women as well. Seen our sisters, our mothers, you really struggle with weight after giving birth. So we're really going to be seeing the
Hmm. Didn't think
body
about
issue
that.
coming into play a lot into Miss South Africa and Miss Universe, the biggest pageant in the world. So we need to be ready for those kind of conversations, I guess.
Insensitivity. Like, wow, that is so.
Yeah.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that.
Mm.
Because that is the reality. That is literally reality. You're not the same after giving birth.
Mm.
I mean, not everybody is amped to go back to the gym and to whatever. So it's also going to be a conversation that has to be had. Wow. But
Game
interesting.
over.
Hmm?
Game over. After
Ah, that's true. That's so, so true.
how they want to beg and learn, beg after giving birth. Guys, hey.
But for more news and pageant entry information, make sure that you watch our Instagram stories and Facebook stories.
Oh,
Moving right to straight to our upcoming events.
hey. Upcoming events. Let me see. Oh, the winners are on the stories. Yes, the winners are
Yes,
also on the story,
yes, yes, yes.
including all the news and stuff. The latest winner, I can't remember the latest winner. Wait, I can't remember if I saved the story or I actually posted it, but I don't think I posted it. I'll wait for Monday. There's another Miss Universe. I think it's Puerto Rico, one of those exotic countries. They crowned
Mm.
their Miss Universe. Blonde girl, looks really pretty. You know, Miss Universe
One of
always
those,
goes
one
for.
of those ones that always plays in the top 10.
Mm, mm. No, always goes down. I can't wait to see countries like Namibia and Nigeria actually placing at Miss Universe. Something is
Yes.
starting to look odd when it comes to the placement at Miss
I think when I was
Universe.
looking at Namibia, just when I was doing the research concerning the crowning, the one that was
Mm,
crowned was somewhere in the 90s. I think it was like 1991, the one that was crowned the
mm.
Namibia queen. And there is a woman of color, so yeah.
Yeah, man, we really need to. This thing of seeing the same countries all the time. Even the pageant blogs, they know when they do their predictions and everything, the countries that will go in there. You know, I'm even getting
Mm.
tired of looking and putting it in our stories because Ndavi wins today. She's South African already, top 10, you know, top. But Miss Namibia was crowned on the same weekend
Oh,
as Miss
wow.
South Africa, but no
Yeah.
one makes an effort to find out, oh, let me see, she looks really pretty. What is she doing? Let's see, maybe she can play.
Exactly.
Let me take a risk with her. So something's starting to look really odd. But anyway, upcoming events. Like upcoming events. Miss and Mrs. Township South Africa Grand. Let me see. Oh, Miss and Mrs. and Teen. Yes, Miss Teen
Miss
and Mrs.
Miss
Township South
Teen.
Africa Grand Finale is taking place on the 10th of September. I was missing Teen is taking place on the 10th
Yes,
of
I'm also
September.
here missing it here.
Yes. South Africa will be hosting the Miss Heritage Global Pageant on the 24th of September. That one is really huge. All the way in Limpopo, celebrities are going to be there. Shudu is one of the judges. Kanyimbao is the MC. Pops is also MC. Look, this pageant is actually big, guys. We need to get a
This
hold
is
of the people behind this pageant because there's
amazing.
not enough noise around it. It's a big pageant.
Wow,
It's a
definitely.
global
You
pageant.
need to get them here and get like let's have a conversation with them. Let's hear what's happening. Like, wow. This is one of the pageants
It's
we
a
need to see on our TV screens. Like, it's one that needs to be like bona, and not one that needs to be. I have a conflict with big pageants being viewed on television later. Like, maybe sometime a month from now, 2 months from now, it appearing on your Moja Lab or on your in I like can all pageants really just, do you understand? Can they get the support, the audience, and you know what, everything that they need as they happen? And I think more than anything, what you mentioned is it's big, and can it also just literally be given as much attention? And we've been
yeah,
talking about how we don't get to host a lot. So now we are hosting, and
right. We get in
can
there.
can there
Like
be noise? Can there be noise around hosting? And we're hosting on one of those days that is so significant in our country. So hello, can please, hey,
yeah,
something be done?
can something be
No, we
done?
definitely
And
need to get
it's
hold
huge
of
for
them.
us. It says a lot. It says a lot about our heritage altogether. That an international pageant is
Mm-hmm.
coming on the 24th of September on National Heritage Day to host a pageant in South Africa. So it's really a huge honor. It should be on the radio. It should be on SAFM.
It
It should be on
is.
SABC One somewhere being advertised. So yeah, we really need to get to
It
that
should be
point
as
as
big as, what the other one? Is it Indoni, or what is it? The cultural one? Is it Miss
well.
Indoni? Yes,
Yeah.
it must be as big as that. I mean, it's just around the same, magnitude. So why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Why not? I know it's huge, that one. Like, it's proper. It should be on the
Yeah.
news, actually. It should be on the news, not just an
How?
event. It should be a huge announcement. Press releases, are they out to newspapers? I don't know, but yeah. And Limpopo, the most colorful province in the country, the most colorful, with the
Yes.
most cultures and languages and heritage,
Mhm.
very rich heritage as well. So yeah, huge one. Can't wait.
Wow, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
And of course, the South African Heroes Awards will take place on the same day.
Why are you sleeping on us? Like, why are you sleeping on us, the award nominated Her Majesty organization? Like, on the 24th of September, we are bringing back the Women Empowerment Award. Thank you guys for voting. Thank you guys for still voting, because you can still vote until month end, the 31st. So please do the most and SMS Her Majesty organization to 35959.
Oh man, I want to attend the Miss Heritage Global Pageant. I
Excuse
don't
me.
know. We can divide ourselves. You can go collect the award, and then I can go to Miss Heritage. You
Guys,
know,
watch
this thing
her
can work.
betray me on this live. Like, listen to her just betraying me. Like, She's already just deciding otherwise. Like, oh my gosh, so much for teamwork.
I saw something better. Like, yeah. You know what they say? You shouldn't let a little husband stop you from finding your soulmate. So what's stopping me from going to Miss Heritage, even though I know that the award is gonna be ours?
Fine, like go to Limpopo. I'll bring the award. Just go. Like, go away. Like, it's fine. Wait.
I'm trying, but
I,
yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it for all the pageants. I really thought Miss Egoli and
yes.
Miss Glam South Africa were also going to have their pageants this month, like last year. I wonder what
Yeah, it's
happened there.
been quiet on their
Hey,
social media
Musa.
pages at the moment, but I'm sure they are postponed to a later stage.
Hey, Musa. Hey, Ngabati. What's going on this year, man? Last year, this time we were popping.
Please, 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 fill us in, like Bona. We wanna just have fun at your pageants and just be great.
But anyway, that's it. That's it. Only three
That's
events.
it.
Wow.
That's
September.
it. And
Wow. Okay.
then, yeah, there's probably more, but those are the ones that we were able to pick up. And
Hmm.
otherwise, for August, check out all our episodes for It Is Within Her under our IGTV and also on YouTube. And for the month of August, we've been doing something special. I'm sure you guys have noticed that we have been sharing our signature question, what does beauty mean to you? With you guys, a throwback for
Hmm.
Women's Month, and we're continuing as well into the month of September. But it's really just a
Hmm.
special to remind you women that look, beauty can be anything that you want it to be, and that we should really just remember that it is literally what we tell ourselves it is. And yeah, we've got the parts that just define it ourselves. So catch up on those as well if you've missed them during the interviews. And then next week, it is within her. We have Miss Teen Universe Africa finalist T-Sets Omashisi. Looking
Ah,
forward to that
nice.
conversation.
Looking forward to it. Team
Yeah.
Universe.
Yes. And then we have no lending a helping hand this month.
Oh,
But
Sita's episode. Forgot to mention it. You also had an episode, Women's Day.
oh yes. Oh guys, we had a Women's Day special. Okay, well, let me start here. I'm sure you've noticed we've switched things up a bit this month. We having episodes every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like we're giving you guys a double bill in jail. Like we're giving this month. And we just want to say that we're just giving you guys because it's Women's Month and we had a very special episode. I think so with this very first episode on the 9th of August with Sita, and that was so lovely, guys. Oh goodness. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. You're really gonna enjoy it. It was a wonderful conversation with the queen that is Sita. And yeah, man, she told us everything has to do with pageantry. You know what? Her pageants, her life, her look, we couldn't have gotten anyone better to do the Women's Day special with. So yeah, catch up, catch up,
21,
catch up.
21-year-old Sita, 21-year-old doing look, look.
Amazing things.
Ah,
And she
ah,
and ever so humble, calls herself up and coming, says future, and we're just like, you're already doing amazing. You're already here, and look, absolutely, absolutely love her.
love her, love her. And special thank you to her as well. You know, Sita is a friend to the show. She's a friend to the blog. You know, we've organized interviews
Mm,
with her before. We've attended one of her pageants, and she always comes through for us. We really appreciate her, and yeah, the
definitely,
powerhouse
ah,
dynamite.
definitely, definitely, definitely. Zing, zing.
Next, we see lending a hand. We haven't had someone in a long time.
Yes, yes, yes. I mentioned that we have nobody this month, so yeah. Zing, zing,
Yeah, yeah,
zing.
in a long time. And then moving on to our topic. What time is it? Okay, yes, we're running out of time. 18:35. 8 minutes
As
late.
I'm like, zing, zing, zing. I'm already just introing the topic for this month. I'm just like, a hot one,
Yeah,
like, a heavy one.
really, really heavy one because it needs some sort of an expert, but we couldn't think of anyone who is a professor of pageantry studies at the University of Witwatersrand, or University of Cape Town or Stellenbosch. So we are going to tackle this one on our own, and hopefully people will give in their 2 cents, 3 cents, and even after the show, in the comment section, for more interaction with this one. And the topic is, should there be regulation in pageantry?
Sorry, can I just interrupt you a little bit? You see me clearly.
Eh?
Oh, okay. It's just a little bit on your side, but I can hear you. It's cool. Let's move. I'm sure. Okay, now it's better.
Oh, okay. Let me see. It's the Wi-Fi switch up. Okay, I'm out of the Wi-Fi that I trust. I'm using the Wi-Fi that I don't trust that much. So I will try my best to speak as slowly as possible so
I
we
can't
get
hear
every.
you now.
Okay, let me fix things. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can say we're having an ad break.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you and see you.
Okay.
I was just saying we had an ad break there, but now we're back.
Oh, I was still fixing the connection. Okay, I'm back on the connection that I trust now.
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so the topic for the day: should there be regulation in pageantry? Can I just wake up one day and say, hello, my name is Ungeme Tlape. I love pageants so much. And I'm seeing an opportunity within the community to start a pageant. And then I start running the pageant. You know, should there be a body that regulates this pageant? Am I charging the right price for the finalists? Things like the standards, even the code of conduct, what should happen? How should the event run? How long should the reign be? And those kind of things. Practically rules and regulation, code of conduct, and rule book for pageantry. Should it be there? Who should govern it? How should it be governed? Who should be within the governing body itself? Should it be a separate or private entity, or should it be under the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, or something along those lines? So that's what we want to discuss. The background for the topic: given our experience now in pageantry, interviews, attending events, taking part in some of the pageants, like you are the pageant girl. Look, this is your topic. The voice of the people at the moment, taking part in the pageants and all that good stuff. We have noticed that, some of these pageants, why you get that someone crazy? Why
say it like it is.
People are just doing what they want at whatever time they want, and it's really, really putting a strain in the industry altogether. Now, before they enter the pageant, we have to sit and look at it 15 times, discuss it over 1 million messages.
Literally.
What should happen? Like, is it too complicated? Happy? Can we just be honest? Hi Toby. Should we just be honest? Is it?
I mean, we have an international guest now, guys. Just take us seriously, please.
I told you. Can you take it seriously? Is it too much work? Does it sound like it's going to be too much? Or should we put in that effort in order to make sure that the industry is actually running properly and according to standards?
As you're even asking the questions, the first thing which actually made me wonder was that the person I simulate the pageant itself, how or who does the background check on that person? I think to start with, the person who just decides one day and wakes up that I am going to be a founder of a pageant. Because the reality is that when we're applying for jobs, they ask us if we have a criminal record. They ask us all these things, and background checks are done on us. But when you stand up one day and say that I'm going to have a pageant, who's the one that actually checking you if you as an individual are actually worthy or you're actually capable of running a pageant? Because sometimes maybe aside Mara, you could be a criminal out here and we don't know. We're entering your pageant and we genuinely don't know. And you sell us the idea that you really are for empowerment of women and you really want to. From that beginning, who is checking the founder? Who's checking the person who's registering? Which documents are being submitted and where are they being submitted? Do you understand? And then we come through, and after entering, you say to entrance fee, it's 500, and it's made seem like it's an admin fee. Honestly, we want to really represent your brand and really be these people that are doing well for your brand and growing your brand. 500, do you understand? Is there also a regulation around the amounts? Is 500 too much to register a pageant as a registration fee for finalists, or is it too little? Is 200 acceptable? Is 1,000 rand acceptable as well? Because reality is that people literally put a certain amounts because they feel as though it is my company, it is my baby, therefore I will govern it the way I see fit, you know. But who's up there checking and seeing that, you know what, something is not going right, you know? And then we come into the journey towards the finale, the sponsorship. Like, who's checking how much is too much to be paid for sponsorship? Like, who's checking that the finances of the pageant is actually being used towards the pageant staff only? Like, let's also get to that. It goes back to the first, I think we had this in our previous topic. One of our first topic that we had was about whether we are, I think we have a nice conversation coming on down in the comments. But our first conversation, we were asking who's going to be, I think we were asking, I lost my train of thought right now, but it was basically around the issue of registration of pageants and how much is too much and who's really just checking them out, you know? Are they being accountable? Oh, yes, I'm back. The NPO thingy. We wanted a conversation whether it's going to be an MPO or whether it is a profitable business, you know? So it goes back to that. Who checks as though every single penny, rent, 2 cents that goes into the pageant itself goes towards pageantry issues and stuff only? So, hey, this is very interesting. It's really, really an interesting conversation.
What do you think, Tim? What do you think should happen? Give me your perfect scenario as a pageant girl and someone is sending you a DM. Hi, Queen. Please become. Do you want to be? What do they say? Oh, goodness.
Are you interested in entering the pageant?
Are you interested in entering our pageant? Just like that on the DMs. What would your ideal situation be as a pageant girl?
So for me, I would like to go on the Instagram page, right? And not just see pictures of the Instagram, like the pageant as though it's being successful or whatever. I wish there was some sort of document that I would find, or if not a document, I wish there was some sort of registration number for me to see that it is registered, for example, the Department of Arts and Culture, because I really feel as though pageants should be something that is recognized by the Department of Arts and Culture. And after seeing that they're fully registered, that registration number gives me assurance that, number one, it exists. Number two, it is registered. And number three, background checks were done upon that company, so they're legit, you know, because I think the whole legitimacy of a pageant is the one thing that keeps us having our conversations on WhatsApp, wondering and trying to figure out whether it's legit or not, you know, because I believe that when that number would be there, they would have submitted a full comprehensive proposal and document that states everything from their registration fees being accepted to, you know, how they're going to be making money from this, how they're going to be, you know, everything up until the crowning, you know, not in every single detail, but for it to be approved by whoever, Minister of Pageantry there in the Minister of Arts and Culture Department. That would put me at ease because, you know, I think with job applications, you know, there are sites right now where you can check the legitimacy of the company and whether it really is genuine and so forth. But with pageants, we've got nothing to check on. So for me, if there was some form of registration number, it would really put me at ease and be like, okay, I know that this is actually legit, and I'm going into a pageant that meets all the regulations according to the pageantry, the higher pageantry body that would have existed in that particular period. So yeah, and that would be a perfect ideal scenario for me, and it would really put me at ease because yeah, it's not cute there
Yeah.
finding out. Like it's not cute there by finding out because you actually have to enter, find out, then you are the one that wants others or hey, be careful when you go there. You know, it's not nice. It's not nice. It would really be great if they were actually regulate, it's like some form of regulatory body and some form of regulations that actually just prevent such from happening. So yeah.
And as you're saying this, it when I started this conversation, it started like it was a lot to take in for a pageant to actually register. But just like with an
Mm,
NPO, at the beginning with the registration process, it's always longer than expected. You have to apply, wait for feedback. But once everything is done, you have the NPO number, all is good. And like you're saying now, they send you a DM. All you need to do is to go to their profile and see that NPO or pageant number and know that all is in order. And then you can start considering, oh,
mm.
okay, they stand for this and that and that. Oh no, I can go in, I can go in. So now it becomes easier for them to start operating once they have that NPO number, SARS, whatever, their business, their this and that and that. So the process really becomes simple afterwards. And regulation actually makes things easier.
Hundred
It makes
percent,
things easier.
100%.
Batsadi bone, before Bansadi 500, they need 1.5. They also need to know that
Yes,
one, I think, is in good hands, and motho ha tlo go mpolelela ka Friday gore ngwana a ntshe tšhelete ya hotele for her to go and participate in Gauteng all the way from KZN.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I know
And
it
do
makes a
you
big
see also, I think there'll also be a level of accountability when there is this regulatory body in the sense that should a pageant director, a pageant founder not be doing the things that they said that they'll be doing up on their contract or whatever, then they can be reported to this and this and this and this person. I mean, honestly, I can't go to a police station in Nukarabang Rupile. Like, they're gonna laugh at me. Like, it's not even fraud. It's not even ingy. There's nothing that can literally. I'm sure they'll even tell me Mokasimo that they've got bigger things to worry about than for me to tell them about me being robbed in a pageant 1.5 or 2, whatever the amount is. Do you understand? So if there's
yeah.
actually a body that they're accountable to, then it becomes so much easier because now this body says, okay, we have received this complaint, we can lodge an investigation and. But it then goes back to, are pageants really taken seriously enough for these kind of resources to be invested in it? Do you understand? Like, is it seen as a woman empowerment platform? Is it really seen as is it seen? Let me just say that. Is it seen, Jay? Because it really feels as though it's not. Because if it was, then there would really be all these channels that directed and ensure that everything is just legit and regulated well. So yeah, it's really a
Like
challenge.
Let me read some of the comments.
Yes.
Marv Official is saying, hello, there should be an enlarging agency that all pageants have to be part of and pay a certain subscription and meetings held to help govern a healthy SA pageant culture. Couldn't agree more. And I
Hmm.
am Champ Tunes is saying regulation in South Africa is a good idea. However, enforcing those rules becomes tricky. I think some regulation is necessary. And then Mev Mov again said the same goes for coaches out in SA. There are many uncertified coaches that call
Hey,
themselves coaches and have no qualifications or
and
proven
the
records. And that's a
DMI.
problem.
Hey, DMIs, guys. One thing I must say is that as soon as you enter a big pageant, I think we
Hey,
saw this when I was part of the semi-finalist of Miss Intercontinental South Africa. We all got a
hey.
DM from one person because we were at the shoot and we were asking each other at the interviews, and we were like, you get a DM from whoever who wants to be coach you. Everybody there got in the same DM, and we're like,
Wow.
like it almost seems as though these coaches are coming up as by forex and stuff like that. Like as soon as they see you've entered a big pageant, trust me, they will be there in the DMs. You understand? So even the name, like coaches, is having experience of entering one or two pageants enough to qualify you and certify you as a coach. Like what qualifies you as a coach? Like are you, even if you get a certificate from a coaching school, like it's something, like it's really something, or so that we can literally see your legitimacy, because we're tired of just wondering whether you're legit or you're not, or are you really just taking a chance. And yes, your pictures show us that, you know what, maybe you worked with who and who and who and you've whatever, but we also just want, for people who do not know so much about pageant coaches and all those things, they really just want something tangible and something that they can say that, okay, this means that somebody is certified and they're good at what they do. So I couldn't agree more with her. Wow.
Yeah, coaches are also a thing. Remember at Miss SA, Tanisha's mom was complaining that Tanisha won a pageant, and the pageant director said to Tanisha that she will get training and coaching. Next thing, the reign goes on and on and on. Tanisha ends up taking part in other pageants, and look, until this day, Tanisha is still waiting for the coaching from that pageant that she won. And of course, she won. She's a queen. She paid entrance fee. Her mom drove her all the way to Johannesburg to enter the pageant. Everything. They did everything well. Family supportive, everything. But at the end of the day, they couldn't keep their end of the stick because you can't wait. Does she even start to complain?
Who do they account to? Like, where do they complain? And the sad part about such things is that you end up being such a good representative of that brand. Like you with your own resources end up attending events and doing this and doing that and making that organization look good, but at what cost? At what cost? Because now you are not getting your end of the deal. So yeah, guys, this is a very heated one. Like this one was in like a protest. They're like ibata with because honestly, this is a very tricky one, and it's one that really, really should be looked into, because it's really sad, man. Like, guys, pageantry is such a wonderful thing. Like, it's a wonderful organization. It's a wonderful culture. It's a wonderful whatever you want to call it. However, it does have its glitches, and it does have its humps. So if there's no regulation, honestly, I'm just curious about the future of pageantry. Let me just put it like that. If there will be a future, and if really pageantry is being looked into enough, that stuff like having investigators into these kind of things, and people who really just sit as a board and say that this is my 9 to 5 and I would like to actually look into this.
Ghosting
I didn't get that.
Ghosting more WhatsApp. You get inside the WhatsApp group, they throw you in there. They close the WhatsApp group, only admins can send messages, and then you try to message them on the side. What's going on with? Are we still having the pageant on this day? Are we? And then you end up being ghosted by the director until they decide to come back. Until they decide to come back and say the pageant is in December. They will ghost you from now until November.
Like, it's really sad. It's sad. And literally, you even call, like, you'd even think your number is blocked or something, and it's just like, what in the world is going on? And we're thinking, guys, these are real things that we go through as pageant girls. I don't want to lie, and it's really sad because there's no way to grieve this kind of things too. And at the end of the day, we end up being those like we end up looking like those girls that actually have stuff against people who run certain pageants, because we will be telling somebody that, oh, okay, please be careful, and out of the goodness of our hearts, man, because of what you experienced, like, please be careful with this pageant. I received this and this kind of treatment, so please just go there, carefully and stuff like that. So we end up being those girls. I don't want to be those girls. Can there be some form of regulation, some form of accountability as well? I think in the absence of regulation, can there be accountability by people in the committee? Like, can there be some form? Because now sign, but still accountability is Yes, but still accountability. Look, we sign contracts. We sign contracts, and accountability is a huge thing. Can you be accountable? Can you say, okay, I did not do this as promised. I apologize, and going forward, this will be happening. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
that is the reality that we face as fans. Remember, we signed also because you want to secure us. Like you're holding on to us through the signature. Like we signed that we'll be with you up until January when you crown us. So you sort of like keeping us to
Oh,
yourself.
you're not going to enter any other pageant besides mine, my dear. You can't even enter
Yeah,
SSA.
those kind of clauses. Yeah, they're always there. And sometimes whatever the pageant which has a big opportunity arises, like then what? Now it's almost like you're caging somebody. You know, it's not a free space to find yourself in. So we do sign, but like I'm saying, I wish that when we do sign and all these things, it came with accountability from the committees themselves and said, you know what, yeah, no. We also flopped a bit on our side, and this is how we intend on
Come
rectifying
weekend,
things.
come weekend, Jay-Z was making the winners and like top two. There were
Get on what in my life.
top two there. They were supposed to declare their advocacy. You know how it happens at Miss SA.
Yes,
Before they crown
yes.
the winner, they say they advocate for this and that and that. And then after saying their advocacy, when the judges were still deliberating on the winner, Jay-Z had an entire contract with their names and surnames where they're supposed to sign up, they're going to do all of the things that they said advocacy about. And they were signing on stage. So I'm sitting there. So now I'm sitting there, I'm like, I didn't know they were signing on stage. So I should have Mike again. There's an oath that they need to sign. Oh, Jay-Z, like, how? Jay-Z, which one is this one? And they sign it now. It's like, that's how he's nodding from the side. Oh, they sign it now. Okay, ladies, do your thing, sign. You know, Jay-Z's not playing around. Whatever you're saying here, you're accountable for. And they signed and they filled in their names on stage.
And that
On
time
the stage.
we say big things like you're on stage. Like we say big things because we want the crown,
Because you
right?
want to win. Because you want to win. Like, you're impressing the judges. The judges are sitting there. You're impressing the judges. Jay-Z is right there. The judges are here. The camera is here. So the people can't see Jay-Z. I'm the one that's seeing Jay-Z. Jay-Z basically paper, pen, stage. And he doesn't play that time. Like he's giving out instruction right there and there. So me and the poor finalists, we're just sitting there, you know, I'm trying to pass by time because they're writing their name. I'm telling the sound guy, I listen music, all they're still signing.
While they're still signing. Yo, I didn't know it was that deep. Not even after, like you know how the day after there's a photo shoot for the fight, like the top three and or top two. Like you can sign
No,
then.
no. That is what parents need to do to pageant directors. Exactly that. Look.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Guys, this industry is interesting. Like we see things like Radibona, we become little kitty ponies, but you know what? We still love it. Like we still love this industry, and we'll still come back here and give you guys another topic that'll probably, you know what, make our blood boil, and but we still love it. Like we're still here. That's why we still give you this chat every single week. Like this is why some of us still enter pageants. Like you go there knowing that there might be a possibility of, but you still enter. Like because we just love it. We just absolutely, absolutely love it.
Anyway, look, we're running out of time. We are an hour in now. I know I thought we were going to push until at least 45 minutes, but hey, standards. Every single month, it's an hour, and we take it as it is, whether there's a guest or not. Shout out to Umi. You know, this month in September, hopefully we'll get her back for another topic. And yeah, she couldn't join us for this evening, but her opinion would have been highly appreciated. I hope she can still comment on the video as well. But yeah, man, It is what it is, guys. You love the pageants. Are you going to enter more pageants? Given the discussion we just had, are you going to enter more pageants in the future?
I am, because I love pageants. Like, I can even sign an oath and say that I'm gonna enter more pageants because I love it. Like I said, guys, I love it.
She loves pageants, guys. So we're still going to have our long WhatsApp message discussions about the pageants, trying to investigate it ourselves, stalking people, and all of those things. Because why? Say it. Say I love
We
pageants.
love pageants. We love pageants. We really do the side, guys. Like, we really do. And yo, like I said, makes our blood boil at times. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes but we just love it. Like, this is why we're here every single Thursday and Tuesdays now to give you guys everything and all things pageantry. So we'll be here next month with another topic and another guest, and look, giving you all things pageantry.
All things pageantry indeed. Thank you guys for joining. Have a great evening. And remember, 35959.
Her Majesty organization, please.
5959. Good night.
Good night. Bye.